Let me tell you about brain rejuvenation by partial reprogramming, because this is my original passion. I've been trying to translate partial reprogramming for many, many years, even before I like started looking into COVID origins. And I think partial reprogramming's really come a long way. It's been exciting to watch this field really blossom and have amazing companies spring up, well-funded, like Altos Labs, where they're like $3 billion or eight by some other accounts, and Retro Bio and many others. Sam Altman's a big investor. But I just want to quickly like give a whirlwind tour, because 7 minutes is not going to do justice to partial reprogramming or even just brain rejuvenation by partial reprogramming. Just very quickly, just going to tell you about how it works and the things that we know and the things we still don't know about how exactly this process of partial reprogramming rejuvenates cells and rejuvenates the brain. How many of you have not heard of partial reprogramming, by the way, just so that I kind of know? Okay, well, it's about half and half. But so this is like a little more involved, like on biology side. If some things you may not completely understand what if you're not familiar with the field, but just like if you later talk to me or just Google it, there's a lot of presentations and data on this. But partial reprogramming basically is using Yamanaka factors. These are the factors that can fully reprogram cells, any cell in your body, back to this embryonic-like state, this pluripotent state or embryonic stem cell state that really gives rise to all other cells in our body. Like when we're just a fertilized cell, embryonic stem cells is what then generates all of the cells in our bodies. And what these factors are, these OSKM factors, Yamanaka factors or OSKM are the four transcription factors, OCT4, SOX2, KLF4, and CMYC. These are factors that not only maintain stemness of these embryonic stem cells, these are the factors that are responsible for maintaining the stemness of these cells, but also what is kind of less appreciated about these factors, that they're also the factors that trigger this maternal to zygotic transition during embryogenesis. And this transition happens at the blastula stage and finalizes at the gastrula stage. And this transition is what is hypothesized to be the kind of ground zero of aging, because the fertilized cell is actually not the youngest cell in the journey of the future baby. And this is like a huge mystery of life. Why do old parents give rise to a new baby every time with age zero? And it seems that this mystery might be actually like rooted in this gastrulation stage. And gastrulation is where epigenetic age and transcriptomic age of this future baby is where it's actually reset, where it reaches zero, because the fertilized cell is still not age zero, but after this process of gastrulation is where it does reach this ground zero of aging. And so this could be connected. The partial reprogramming rejuvenation that we observe could be connected to this magic of life that rejuvenates cells after fertilization. But this was kind of the hypothesis, what happens and why partial reprogramming rejuvenates cells. Now, these are just empirical observation. We might not know exactly how rejuvenation happens, but we know it happens. We know on several levels. We observe on the epigenetic level, the transcriptomic level, metabolomic level, proteonic level. We observe rejuvenation, signals of rejuvenations after partial reprogramming. This is one paper showing this. This is another paper showing this. And I know I'm probably way off time right now, so I'll just go quicker. And also on the multi-omic level, like I mentioned, also on the metabolomic level, this is a paper showing this, that you observe rejuvenation after partial reprogramming. And after the original paper in like 2016, there's been now over a dozen different papers confirming this result, that partial reprogramming does rejuvenate cells and does produce therapeutic benefits in animal models. And I'll just show very quickly, like over a dozen studies that have produced these results and also have produced lifespan extension. Originally, the paper that caught everyone's attention extended lifespan by like 50% on this fast aging progenitor mouse model. But then this finding was replicated in other models and normal mice. And in this case, even a single induction of partial reprogramming extended lifespan in this mouse model. Also, famously, David Sinclair showed that you can restore vision using partial reprogramming in the nerve crush model. Another paper showed that you can improve muscle regeneration with partial reprogramming. And this is not meant to like go deep. This is just like as I said, a very quick preview. If you want to go deeper, we'll talk, and I can point you to much deeper overviews of all these papers. Wound healing, another area in which partial reprogramming has demonstrated therapeutic benefits. Spinal regeneration after injury also has been seen in therapeutic benefits. Also, reprogramming is very safe. Partial reprogramming is very safe. Some people have this kind of stereotype that, oh, it can cause cancer, it can cause teratomas, because one of the earlier studies showed that if you overexpress for too long these factors, you can get tumors. But if you do it safely, if you do it in a partial reprogramming manner only for like 2 or 3 days of inducing mRNA factors, this is very safe. You can go for 10 months in mice, and mice only live for like 2.5 years. You can go for 10 months with periodic induction of mRNA factors, and it's completely safe, and these mice are fine, and they're actually better than the untreated siblings, control mice. Oh my God, 1 minute. And so another study shown lifespan extension. There's unpublished results. Finally, let's get to brain rejuvenation. And there's been also a lot of results in brain rejuvenation. First study by Manuel Serrano showed that you can improve memory by partial reprogramming. You can actually induce neurogenesis. This is a very fresh result from Stanford and Brené's lab. She showed you can induce adult neurogenesis, which is like one of the holy grails of the field, using partial reprogramming. You can restore cognitive function in old rats, in this case, using partial reprogramming directly delivered to the hippocampus. This is the same paper. Alzheimer's, this is my passion and the focus of Youth Bio. We're building partial reprogramming gene therapy for Alzheimer's, and there's a good reason why Alzheimer's is a good indication, because the epigenetic nature of Alzheimer's and partial reprogramming works at the level of epigenetics, as I mentioned in the beginning, so this is a great fit therapeutically. And so there's already a published study out of University of Barcelona showing that you can use partial reprogramming to prevent Alzheimer's symptoms, and this matches actually our observations at Youth Bio. And so basically we're working on translation of partial reprogramming, and the current modality is direct delivery to the brain. This is actually a very well-known modality in the field. Parkinson's been exploring this for over 2 decades now. There's precedent in both Alzheimer's clinical trials and Parkinson's clinical trials of direct delivery to the brain. There's several studies that show that it's safe and it works. But the next step is for non-invasive delivery, which is ultrasound-guided delivery. And there's also clinical precedent in that. And basically, this is what we're trying to achieve. If you'd like more information, happy to tell you more in the patio. And thank you. Yeah.
Question, comments, yeah. You project, please.
Given your research, what do you think of the approach of Yulin at Reimarkstrom's?
Oh, I mean, it's the same approach. We're all exploring, looking for novel factors. I have it even like on this slide, the future directions. We want to move away from Yamanaka factors. We want to find novel factors that are safer and more tissue specific. New Limits doing it, Shifts doing it. We're doing it. We're also looking for novel factors. We have a whole discovery program that we've already identified some candidates for. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the future. We got to move away from Yamanaka factors. But like version 1 of the therapy, I don't want to like sit and wait until we get the perfect factors. I'm very practical, like drug development guy. If this thing works, I want this version 1 of the therapy in humans as quickly as possible. And then we can iterate and improve and get generation 5 with novel factors, or generation 2 of the therapy. Any, good, please. No, partial reprogramming is meant to be done in like adult animals, and it's the partial aspect prevents cells from changing cell identity. So we actually want to maintain the cell type. So that's why it's partial. It's not letting the cell be reprogrammed too far, where it's actually stops doing its work and stops being the cell type that it originally is. So yeah, it preserves the cell type.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.